What the hell is up? Is episode 106 of the Startup Dropout Podcast. Today's episode, we talk about how to crush any interview. And you're probably wondering, what is this podcast all about? Well, it's me, Tyler, sharing you the lessons I've learned and through my businesses that I've started, been a part of selling. And I want to share the lessons I've learned and hopefully learn from you as well, because I'm still figuring this shit out. So today we'll talk about how to crush any interview. Now, if you're listening to this, you're probably rolling your eyes saying, well, I'm an entrepreneur. I don't need to work for anybody. Fuck you. If you feel that way, stop the episode right now, because you're wrong. All entrepreneurs have worked with other people, right? Steve Jobs worked at Atari. I mean, it's everywhere, right? There's nobody is a self-made man. You have to learn from others. So how do you crush any interview? The secret to any interview, if you want the one-word response, questions. Now, how many of y'all been in that interview? You get to the end of the interview and they say, hey, Jenny, got any questions for us? No. Thank you for your time today. Guess what? You just lost. Why? Well, you ever had a feeling when you hang out with somebody, you get done hanging out with them and you're like, damn, that person was cool as shit. I really enjoyed that person. You want to know why? Because they let you talk. Right? They put the spotlight on you. Now, I'll save this for another episode to get into deeper, but you need to read How to Win Friends and Influence People, because it's all about putting the other person ahead of yourself. Now, how is this related to crushing any interview and asking questions? Think about it. The 50-year-old guy or girl that you're looking to work with, when does that person get to brag about what they do? Their coworkers could care less. Their wife's sick of hearing it. Who the fuck cares? Nobody. They don't get to tell anybody. Now's your chance. When you ask questions, you're putting the spotlight on them. Plus, let me give you a key. I've hired over 150 people. I've done probably 250 to 300 interviews. And I can tell you this much. It is not about being selected. It's about not being eliminated. What do I mean by that? So I could ask you the question, hey, Billy, are you a hard worker? You're going to say, yeah, I work weekends, I work nights, I bust my ass and work harder than anybody in the office. And I could take that as, wow, Billy's a hard worker. Or I could take it as, Billy, you're incompetent. You can't get your work done like everybody else does, so you have to work to the bone, and then you don't get done what everybody else needs to get done. So the key is, the more you talk, the more likely you could say something that could get misinterpreted. Now, this is also a key for sales, but we'll save that for season 2. It's all about asking questions. So when you go to do an interview with a company, number one, you're going to research them. And if you're not going to research them in this episode right now, go fuck yourself. Because of course you have to research them. Now, let's say this company you're thinking about working for, you see on their social media page that every Tuesday of the month, the first Tuesday of the month, they go to the beach and they pick up trash. Right? And you also notice that they just got a green building certification. Guess what you should ask about? Hey, Mr. Joe Schmo, do you guys do any type of community service? Or how can we get involved in the community service? Well, it's funny you ask. Every Tuesday we go and we blah, blah, blah. Let him brag. Right? Ask questions, ask questions, ask questions. So, if you're listening to this right now, I got a challenge for you. I want you to come up with 3 companies you want to interview for. I want you to spend an hour each minimally researching them. And I want you to list out 20 questions. Now, it should be about 15 or 10 to 15 of those questions should be about the company. And about 5 of them should be about that individual. Now, I want you to bring those questions to the interview. Now, spoiler alert, you won't get through all 20. But you should be able to get through, let's say, 7 or 8 of them minimally. Now, in those questions, ask that person, what's it like in their career? What do they love about their job? Or what do they wish they could know when they were in your shoes? And I want to challenge you. Go to those 3 interviews. And I want you to let me know, did you get the job? And did you ask any questions? When they got to that point, do you have any questions for me? Did you ask any or did you not? Tell me how the interviews worked. And tell your friends. You can crush any interview by asking questions and doing your homework. The last thing I'll say about the interviews is I can't tell you how many people I've talked to that says, yeah, I keep applying to different jobs every day. You're an idiot. You're applying to different jobs every day? Great. Follow up, follow up, follow up, right? We want to hire somebody that wants the job. If you put in an application online, you don't do anything to follow up, you're not going to make it in the real world. If you send an email to a client and you don't follow up, you're never going to get that sale. So why the fuck would I hire you? You need to be persistent as a son of a bitch. Stalk me, right? If you are not stalking somebody, you're doing it wrong. You need to follow up, follow up, follow up. Ask questions. Do your homework. Let me know if you try this challenge out. If it works or it doesn't work, I want to learn with you. And have a great goddamn day.